Yo people, welcome back to Laced Up Boxing. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Currently on Tuesday, the day of the Stephen Fulton in-away fight. So I'm looking forward to that later on. But yeah, over the weekend, we saw George Kambosos Jr. and Maxie Hughes fight. And it was a pretty controversial decision, you know. There's been a lot of talk online about it. So yeah, today I'm just going to be breaking down the fight and giving my opinion on what I thought the scorecard was and whether George Kambosos robbed Maxie Hughes of the victory. We also saw Keyshawn Davis and Francesco Patera in the ring. Keyshawn's an up-and-coming lightweight, and I think in the next year or two you'll be hearing his name in the top 5 lightweight talks, up there with Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Tank, Lomachenko, all those guys. He did a good performance, didn't manage to put him away. I think he just didn't stay as concentrated as he should have. I feel like he could have done it if he had stepped forward a little bit more, but it was a good fight nonetheless. So I'm gonna watch the highlights of George Kambosos Jr. and Maxie Hughes, and yeah, just give you my opinion on who won the round. So this was George's first fight since the 2 losses to Devin Haney. He had also signed a new contract with Top Rank, and I feel like Maxie wasn't supposed to win, you know. This was a fight to set up a fight with Shakur Stevenson, I believe, to then go on and set up that fight with Devin Haney a bit better, because yeah, obviously he's fighting a previous opponent of Devin Haney, and you can compare the results, and then that would build the fight with those 2 guys a bit better. So Maxie definitely wasn't part of the plan, you know. He was supposed to just be a journeyman for this fight, but he came to fight, he stuck to a game plan, and yeah. So Maxie had 5 losses on his records, but those all came to pretty top-end guys. I think it was like a combined record of 70 wins and 5 losses between all of those opponents, and he was coming in on a 7-fight win streak. So yeah. So Maxie coming out in that southpaw stance. He was very light on his feet, lots of lateral movement, not letting George put him against the ropes, in and out of the pocket, picking his shots and then getting out of there. He was good at countering George. Yeah, he has a good left hand. He uses it well. He doesn't throw out too many jabs, but he sneaks in that left hand very well. We're seeing lots of left uppercuts like that one. And I just don't think George was able to really get his timings down very well. The first 2 rounds were definitely Maxie's. And then I think George realised he had to start fighting this guy a bit more than boxing him, you know. Yeah, nice uppercut there from Maxie. I will say this, he sees a shot and he throws it a few times, which is okay if it keeps landing, but with some more top-end boxers, they'll read that and they'll make you pay. Like someone like Gervonta Davis, he'll read that after you throw it once, and you've seen him knock out guys by making those mistakes. It was definitely a competitive fight, you know, like it wasn't all one-sided. George definitely won rounds and Maxie definitely won rounds. I think around the middle part of the fight, Maxie started to fade and George was able to... Nice, that was a good shot there by Maxie. Yeah, George was able to pick up a bit of momentum after they had a clash of heads and he saw that Maxie was bleeding. But George was getting hit a lot in this fight. He wasn't letting his hands go as much as he normally does. you saw with Teofimo Lopez, he was putting the pressure on, and George is good at doing that, you know. But yeah, these rounds were very close to call. These were a lot of swing rounds. Yeah, George looking a little bit one-dimensional, just standing it right in front of Maxie. Not going first too much. Nice left there by George. Ooh, bit of an elbow there on the nose. Yeah, Maxie was just beating George to these shots a little bit more and finishing off these exchanges a little bit better. So you can see Mark's scorecard down there. He had only given Kambosos 2 rounds, and I was the same. Those left hooks were working for Kambosos though. When Maxie was circling off, they were able to catch him. I feel like he probably could have benefited from going down to the body a little bit more rather than headhunting. Yeah, nice left there by George. Maxie always staying on his feet, always using lateral movement. Yeah, even in these championship rounds, they were still throwing lots of volume. This was a good fight, a very good fight. Maxie still edging these rounds, even in the later. Last one, nice left there by Maxie. You see George is very tired, he's slowed down a lot. And there we have it, end of the fight. And yeah, Mark's scorecard, so he gave Kambosos 3 rounds and Maxie 9. And I was the same. I thought George won about 3 rounds, maybe 4 you could give him. There were a couple swing rounds around the middle, but yeah, no more than 4 rounds to Kambosos in my opinion. It was gutting to see that they didn't give Maxie this. You can tell this meant a lot to him, and he had been working hard. His record might have not been the best in the past with the 5 losses, but you can tell he's grown from that and he's become a better fighter. But yeah, I think Top Rank had bigger ideas for Kambosos. They wanted to make fights with different opponents for him. That's why you saw Shakur Stevenson in the crowd. He actually walked up to Kambosos after the fight and told him that he thought he lost. And those two had a little exchange of words. It would be a good fight, but I think Shakur would run through him, in my opinion. It's a bit of a pointless one. So what is next for Kambosos? So technically he did win that fight. He moves on to bigger and better things, even though in my opinion and a lot of other people's opinions, he didn't actually win it. I'd like to see him go in there with someone like Ryan Garcia, you know. Ryan's coming off a loss, but to the top guy in the division. George is coming off losses and didn't have the best performance. So I think those two would line up pretty well, you know. That would be a good scrap and yeah, a good redemption for both fighters. It's hard to watch boxing sometimes when these decisions happen. You know, it's these guys' lives, they put so much into it, and just to have judges, you know, take the piss and sway towards certain fighters, I don't know if it's dodgy or they just genuinely are focusing more on one fighter than the other and not watching the punches properly. They're just focusing on that one guy. Modern scoring, like with so much technology we got now, they can see how many punches are landed and how many are missed. I don't know why they don't score it from computers and people behind screens, you know? They're still doing it from in-person judges who can be swayed by the crowd and the angle of where they're sat in the fight. It seems a bit dated to me, you know? So yeah, I would like to see Maxie go on and face some other guys in the division. He was a really good fighter, you know? He stuck behind the basics. He has good movement, good counter shots, fast twitch muscles. He sees shots and he pings them off quickly and then gets out of there. He was entertaining to watch, and I think he deserves a good fight after this one, you know. But I do want to say it's not George Kambosos' fault. Like, I don't think he deserves the hate that he's getting. Obviously, he's going to say he won the fight because if the judges give it to him, in his opinion, he'll probably think that, you know, if it was a close fight, he will think that he won it, of course. Like, it's not his fault. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Was Maxie robbed, or did George genuinely win this fight? Make sure you like and subscribe if you are watching this and you enjoy this type of content. New videos come in all the time, whenever I get a chance to. I'm currently on a boat, so whenever I get a chance, I'm filming videos and editing them and getting them out there for you guys. Thanks for watching, people.